The Fiery Youth. Chapter 1. The Transfer Student's First Punch. On the first day of school at Tiancheng High School, the sunlight was so bright that it was a bit dazzling, but it couldn't dispel the simmering anger in Ali's heart. He rode a modified red motorcycle and rumbled into the school gate. When parking, he deliberately swung in an arc, and the rear of the car almost swept the school police's feet. The school police was about to step forward to argue, but fell silent after seeing the license plate clearly. It was the license plate of the chairman's son. Ali took off his helmet. His hair in front of his forehead fell casually, and his eyes were as sharp as a knife. He was wearing a black leather jacket that violated school rules, and a pair of limited edition basketball shoes on his feet, which was out of tune with the neatly uniformed students of Tiancheng High School. He didn't care and never planned to fit in here. He knew he was stuffed in. During his 3 years in junior high school, he had 7 fights, was punished 5 times, transferred schools twice, and the last time even made the news. If his father hadn't used his connections, no high school would have been willing to accept him. Tiancheng High School appears to have a rigorous academic style, but in fact, in order to get funding from the construction group behind it, they made an exception to admit him. The condition was no more trouble. But Ali didn't intend to give in. "It's none of my business. You don't want to see me anyway. It's best if I get expelled directly," he snorted in his heart. He walked into the classroom, and there were indeed small notes on the table saying, "Daddy's son, bull, and violent transfer student." He smiled, but didn't tear it off, and pasted it on the wall. "Give you some aesthetic education." Before the first class was over, a conflict broke out. "Are you a pig? That's the parking space for the gifted class." The voice came from behind, and a boy wearing thin-framed glasses and dressed meticulously walked towards him quickly. He was not tall but full of momentum, and his eyes were cold. He was the first in the gifted class of Tiancheng High School, Jian Ziyu. Ali turned his head slowly. "I parked first. First come first win. Are you too nosy? That's the rule. Don't you understand?" Ziyu's tone was cold, and there was no trace of concession in her eyes. "What I hate most is self-righteous elites like you." Ali laughed disdainfully, his tone full of provocation. Ziyu frowned. "I also hate rich second generations like you who bully others by taking advantage of your power." The air was tense in an instant. The students gathered in a circle and raised their mobile phones. In the next few seconds, no one could see who started it first. Fists flew through the air, and Ali's right hook grazed Ziyu's cheek. The other party reacted very quickly and hit back with an elbow. The two fell to the ground, and the punches hit the flesh without mercy. When the teacher came, both of them were already bruised and swollen. "Stop it! Are you crazy? Do you know what you did?" The Dean of Academic Affairs yelled with a red face and thick neck, holding the disciplinary notice and slamming the table in front of the two. "Warning, stay in school for observation. No more violation records." The dean gritted his teeth. "If you do it again, both of you will leave." Ziyu looked at the clock on the wall coldly, without saying a word. Ali grinned. "Just right. I didn't want to stay too long anyway." The dean was so angry that he picked up the phone. "You'd better pray that your father doesn't come to school." In the afternoon, the wind turned cool. Gentle music drifted from the school's PA system as Ali sat alone beside the basketball court behind the academic building, holding an unopened disciplinary notice in his hand. He stared at the sky, his heart full of frustration. "What am I even doing here? You actually looked pretty cool when you played." A girl's voice suddenly rang out. He turned his head. A girl with a ponytail and round glasses stood not far away. Her uniform looked a bit old, and her shoes were worn almost white. She gazed at him seriously. "Who are you?" "Lin Sui, a new transfer student. Today's my first day too." She stepped closer and smiled. "I saw what happened earlier. You didn't start the fight, but you did go too far." "You saw it too?" Ali sneered. "Whatever. They'll just say I caused trouble. Who cares about the reason?" Lin Sui looked at him quietly. "You care." Ali froze. "If you really didn't care, you wouldn't have looked back to see if the teacher was coming after throwing that punch. You wouldn't be sitting here, staring at that notice. You actually want to change, don't you? He stared wide-eyed at this girl who had suddenly appeared, feeling something inside, long shut, begin to stir. The next day, tension gripped the whole school. 2 student representatives were formally warned for fighting, and the administration held a student council meeting to discuss forming a disciplinary renewal task force. Eli and Ziyu were assigned to the same team for campus service duty to make up for their misconduct. This has got to be some kind of joke. Eli glared at the task list, his face dark. If you want to quit, I won't stop you, Ziyu replied coldly, walking straight toward the academic building, ready to begin their first task, cleaning the school's messiest storage room. When the door swung open, clouds of dust rose, and piles of junk filled the space like mountains. What is this? An episode of Extreme Makeover, Storage Edition? Eli gritted his teeth. Damn it, I'm really being punished now. But in that dim and dusty space, a real conversation was about to begin.